Daniel Turner on what this could mean. He is the head of Power of the Future, takes a look at all this energy stuff, and brilliantly so. Daniel, right now, there just seems to be an irony in that the Iranians could help the situation by we sign a pact with them and they put more oil on the market. Weird times, I guess. But what do you make of that?
It's insanity. The idea that we're going to buy 100 million barrels of Iranian oil with U.S. tax dollars. What is Iran going to do with that surplus money, right? Do we expect them to do any good? I mean, Iran, along with Russia and North Korea, I mean, these are some of the worst actors in the world and sworn enemies of the United States. So you have to question, why is this administration favoring oil from Iran and not from Alaska, right? Not from Texas or the Permian Basin in New Mexico. It's insanity to a level, Neil. It sounds like a poli-sci class having these conversations and not strategic, real political thinking.
What I wonder about, too, is the president is even departing from many in his own party, including Nancy Pelosi, about stopping all Russian oil from getting into this country. That's not taking any of it, and he's held back on that. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I understand he doesn't want to sanction Russian oil because he's worried about driving up prices. I understand it's an election year as well. And even listening to the reporter just now about the EU sanctioning Russian oil and gas, I'm always angry about the fact when it comes to this industry that we're always playing ex post facto policy making, right? I come on your show often, and for a year, and I wish I had better things to talk about sometimes, but for a year we've talked about how this administration is targeting this industry. It's making things worse. It's making things expensive. Well, this is the result of it, right? We've enriched Putin to the point that he's built armies around the world invading Ukraine. And now we're debating, well, how do we solve this problem? How about we don't create the problem to begin with? How about we enrich and empower America's energy? It wasn't long ago, Neil, that we were asking distilleries to make hand sanitizer, and we were asking automakers to make ventilators. We had this all of the above, let's solve the problem of COVID mentality. Why don't we have this with American energy? Why are we not unleashing the full power of American energy in every sector and not turning to Iran as a serious solution to our problems? Again, it's insanity.
Real quickly, Dan, do you think it's fair to say you are of the view that if we had not seen the administration make the move to limit, let's say, the Keystone Pipeline in the first stage, shut it down, all but shut it down, that led us on a trajectory to where we are? That's one argument. I'm just wondering, though, markets trade on fear as well. Wouldn't prices have gone up and would continue gone up no matter how much oil we had? Maybe not to the levels we're at now, but what do you think of that?
Yeah, definitely oil markets are always reflected by geopolitics, right? You have the slightest hint of something in the Straits of Hormuz and you see oil reflected, that reflected in oil prices immediately. But again, if we were producing enough domestically, if we were recovering the 3 million or few barrels a day that we're not producing now, we were on track to hit 15 and 16 million barrels a day, with lower price points for all Americans. If we didn't tinker with that, if this administration didn't play these green politics games, it wouldn't be as great of a problem. But again, now we're playing catch up. Now we're playing let's turn to Iran for a solution, or let's not sanction Russia because it's going to hurt us more. This is a serious industry, incredibly nuanced, incredibly complex, and fools like this administration who are unqualified and unprepared are playing games with it, and we're all suffering the price.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Again, the administration's argument on all this, just to be fair is fair, that they are saying that this is still something they are considering. They're not ruling out anything. But as things stand now, they do not want to just get all Russian oil off the market. There is talk that they're trying to find a compromise to stagger it. But as Dan pointed out here, the time to stagger is not now. The time to just cut it off right now is right now. So we'll keep track of that.